In the heart of Africa, where the land stretched wide and the sun rose over red soil and green valleys, black African communities once lived with dignity and purpose. Life was hard, but it was free. Men worked their land, women built homes and raised children, and elders passed wisdom from generation to generation. Every road, every field, every path had meaning. That life ended when white colonizers arrived. They came with authority they did not earn and power they did not deserve. They claimed ownership of land that was never theirs and control over people they did not understand. Their rule was built on fear, violence, and forced labor. Black Africans were rounded up and ordered to work endlessly. Strong men were taken from villages and forced into brutal labor systems. They were made to push heavy carts, pull wooden wagons, and drive iron-loaded rickshaws from sunrise to sunset. These carts carried goods for white masters, stones, crops, weapons, supplies, while the men pushing them were treated as less than animals. One such man was Jabari, a young African whose strength made him valuable to the colonizers. Iron restraints were placed on his wrists. His back bent forward as he pushed heavy carts across dusty roads. Every step burned his muscles. Every breath tasted of dirt and exhaustion. White overseers stood nearby, holding whips and rifles. They shouted commands in foreign languages. If Jabari slowed down even for a moment, the whip would cut through the air and strike his back. Blood mixed with sweat. Pain became part of daily life. Women were not spared. African women were forced to carry supplies, load carts, cook for their oppressors, and clean their houses. Some were made to pull smaller wagons themselves. Their suffering was silent, their dignity stolen day by day. Children worked too. Young boys pushed broken carts. Girls carried water and stones heavier than their bodies could handle. Childhood disappeared. Fear replaced innocence. The roads built by white colonizers were paved with African pain. Every wheel that turned rolled over suffering. Every cart that moved forward was powered by broken bodies and stolen lives. At night, the workers collapsed on the ground. No beds, no care, no mercy. Jabari lay awake, staring at the sky, remembering the days when his hands touched soil instead of iron. He remembered his mother's voice, his village songs, the freedom he once had. The colonizers believed total control meant total victory. They changed names, they banned languages, they punished memory. But what they did not understand was this: memory lives deeper than chains. Quiet resistance grew. Africans shared stories in whispers. They passed strength through looks and gestures. Every pushed cart became an act of survival. Every day endured was a form of rebellion. Jabari's body weakened, but his spirit did not die. Even while driving carts and pulling wagons under unbearable cruelty, he carried the truth of who he was, and that truth could not be beaten out of him. The white masters ruled with violence, but history would remember something else: the endurance of black Africa. The suffering was real, the cruelty was endless, but so was the strength. The wheels turned, the chains rattled, but the soul of Africa remained unbroken.